Hey guys, I'm gonna be going over how I render faces today. I've seen you guys asking for a tutorial mostly on TikTok, but here on YouTube too, so I gotta deliver. I taught myself this technique because for some reason, no matter what I watched, it didn't make much sense. This technique works with any program, you just need a blend and blur tool. In the program you're using. As you can see, I've already started my sketch. The sketch is the first thing I do with all my drawings. I don't do line art. I hate line art. The reference I'm using is Slowio's art. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Slowio. She's a very well-known artist on TikTok. This is an older art piece of hers, so I'm not sure what platform this was initially shared on. I found this on Pinterest. At the moment, I'm working on art that I've been seeing on Pinterest for years, or stuff I've been skipping over, and this just so happens to be one of the drawings, so it's our subject. I'm gonna put the reference link in the description for y'all. But we put the flats down first. We put the flats down second. I always make sure the hair color and skin color are on separate layers to not confuse myself. I airbrush hues of color so that the pigment doesn't look too boring. I use ranges of green, blue, pink, yellow, and purple. Really any color depending on the character I'm drawing. I go for deeper shades for darker characters. This part isn't crucial to the outcome. I've seen artists do this after the art piece is done to bring the eye to meet certain parts of the piece. I learned this part from Nekorina. So yeah, if you want to understand basics, go check out her channel. But this next step, I make a new layer. I set the layer to hard light because that's what I work best in. I don't understand multiply. It doesn't make sense to me at all. It's never made sense to me since I began. So I just stick to hard light. I use a shade of gray first to block out darker shadows. Then I use lighter gray because I use a lighter gray, but I'm gonna show the shades on screen because they come out differently than how it's applied to the layer because of the settings and whatever. I keep in mind to use a vibrant gray with all I draw so that the piece doesn't look too dull. I've seen some artists use a grayer or black shadows and they do it really well, so don't limit yourself to what I'm saying. But for the tutorial, just follow along. You can modify it later. I make the shadows based on the face, of course. In the original drawing, the character has a heart-shaped face. For whatever reason, I drew her with a diamond face shape unintentionally, but it's so similar I didn't care to change it, though I do fix it later on. The way we're gonna get that blended semi-realism look is by using the blending tool on the same hard light layer. I start around the jaw. For this I did keep my art style, but I did my best to keep the features rounded out like how it is in the reference. I rendered the collarbone too. I made a new layer, clipped it to the hard light layer. I selected her skin tone and airbrushed it exactly where the light was hitting to create the reflective light seen in the original. So I had a bit of trouble around the eyes because my reference is rendered different than my usual art, but it wasn't too much. After that, I go to the hard light layer and start blending again. The colors on the clipped layer are going to stay in place because we aren't moving them around, unlike on the hard light layer, which for me is easier instead of drawing it on the same layer. This is where I actually start to render, so I make a new layer. I drew the fat under the eye and use a darker color to sculpt the shape of the ear. I modify it as I go and move things around as needed. I didn't do this when I first started drawing because I thought it was drawing over it would be easier, but no. I learned this looks way better and it feels more natural in the long run. I start to shape the nose and stuff. This character had a hook's nose, so I followed the anatomical structure a hook's nose would have. I'm saying that because a lot of people, never mind. And I love hooked noses. Like, oh my god, they're so pretty. But yeah, I love hooked noses. Like, high-key jealous. They're my favorite noses. I continue shaping the nose, and I use a similar color to the forehead in the drawing to imitate, but also draw the bird subtly. Okay, so editing Tamoon here, I don't know why I said that. That did not happen. I don't know what I was talking about. But resuming. But I continue shaping the nose, and I use a similar color to the forehead in the drawing to make it look like there's a nose bridge, like subtly, because they don't. It's not really shown much in the reference, but I just wanted it there. I worked on the hair some, but I only focused on the skin for this video. I do have a hair tutorial up, and I don't actually finish her hair in this, so I don't think it'd be as helpful. But at this part, I realized she didn't have that little flush in her cheeks, so I color selected because I'm lazy and blended that out till I thought it looked good. I feel like I should have added more blush, but it's okay. Like, she's cute. This darker color on her forehead is there because of the bone structure. I also didn't find it necessary, but I also don't find this too necessary, but I like how it looks, so I included it. So you guys do know in the future, in case you don't know, I have it in my bio, but I am not a professional. I've learned how to draw from TikTok and YouTube, but TikTok came in clutch, so yerp. I blend that too and expand the forehead because I feel like I made it too small in the sketch, just a little small. I almost forgot to render her body. I don't think I can say that she's not wearing a shirt, so she's just wearing a tube top, like trust. Allegedly. I love you, YouTube. Don't ban me, YouTube. I think this is where people usually stop rendering, or so I've been seeing with this art style. This is fine to stop at too, but I keep going. I go to the skin color layer and draw the color of the lips. I go to the render layer again, and I go to the render layer and add more to the nose, making what I call the nostril holder. I add highlights, but those get super blended out, so it's a little pointless. I add details around the eye. For some reason, I didn't draw the eye bag sooner or make it distincter. I don't know if that's a word, but I kept the thin separation between blush and eye bag. I work on the forehead using a darker color to show how big it is, and then I go to the hard light layer again. I definitely recommend using a separate or second hard light layer because this part is easy to mess up on, and it's not too much, but without practice it's easy to slip up on. I trace along where the harder shadows are in the original using the darkest color now. I blend it all together. I don't know if this part's adding details. I don't know. It's really just blending. And I never learned from anyone how to draw an ear. I just copied an ear, or like how it was blended, and copied the shape and shading of whatever person my reference was at the time. So I used to draw one character, but every time I drew them, the ear was different. But I've got the hang of this stuff, so I might be her now. Like, ladies. Nope. Relax. I tried to copy whatever expression she was making, but I couldn't tell if she was smiling or not, so interpret whatever she's doing, like whatever, interpret that as you want. I work on her neck because I kept forgetting to work on other parts beside her face, and I erase the sketch as I go. I don't know if I said that. I don't know if I said that. I said that in the beginning. That doesn't make any sense. But it's a little subtle. I just erase as I go. Yeah. I add the shadows and stuff, but I finally move on to the hairs. It's simple, but they're just laminated, I think it's called. That is what they're called. This is editing Tamun again. For some reason, this part has no audio, so I'm doing a mini voiceover. Also, I hope this stuff makes sense to you guys. I try to break it down as much and as smooth as possible. But yeah, we're adding details and we're resuming. I drew the eyes at this step and I didn't realize how creepy she looked. Anyway, as I was saying, I drew the eyes. I was going to go over how I do it, but I don't want my entire art style to be accessible and copied to where people can't tell the difference from me and another person. But I know it's gonna be that one person that's gonna do it anyway. Like, okay, don't stop trying to colonize my art style. Like, no. I accidentally deleted a clip, but I was fixing the cheek to make it look fuller. After I just focus on the reference, catching up with what I think I missed, but making sure I'm copying the reference while keeping my art style. The strands are my favorite things to draw in this piece. It just looks so good. She's so pretty. I added more to the hair and I fixed her head shape since it looked squashed or flat in the back, and put darker shadows under the brows on a new hard light layer. I finally erased this fucking shadow near the hair because it kept getting in my way. Like, move! I fixed the eye bags and shadows and details, then I disintegrate the eye bag and draw it again. I kept on messing up the shape. I do a bunch of random bullcrap and I touch up her lips, but they already look good. Yeah, she already looks good. Later on, I pulled out my All Rocks drawing to use as a reference, but I don't remember why I used it, so I guess he was there for emotional support. I started to do some line art, then the star. The star is one of the most important parts of Slow-Yo's art. We can't forget that. I did this on a separate layer on its own. Yeah, I make the reflective light on the neck. For the ears, I did that. I'm looking at how I drew her chin. I did it because I thought it was too small and it didn't match the reference, but I think it was fine before. Now it's sort of giving chin blindness. What you see me doing now is going between layers and cleaning up before rendering more. I kept coloring the chin while trying not to elongate it more. I kept looking between the reference and my drawing, and this looks nothing like her. Like, this could pass as her sister or something, but it does not look like my reference. Let me know if y'all think it looks like her, cause it could be because I'm staring at the screen for so long. But yeah, I added more details to the hair. I did cut it out again because, like I said, I didn't finish it. It was half done. It felt to me. So instead, I did the line art for the strands. I got so happy when I finished the first strand. Forget everything else. This was the best part. Yeah, hands down, best part. I don't know why it looks like I was going through it when drawing the strands. It was definitely smoother than this and really, really satisfying. After the strands, I rendered the ear since I forgot about it, and boom! We're done. You just finished rendering your first face, or your second one. Whatever, we're done. Yeah, before I forget, I'm gonna put the brushes I used on screen. I did put a filter over my art once I was done too. So you guys can leave it as is or change it or do whatever. The commentary was super fun to make and the drawing came out good, so I'm happy. Okay, have a good day guys. Bye bye. Inka.